boiled
We've toiled.
and cooked up a storm in our humble kitchen
Now we invite you on a gastronomical tour of KZN.
as we encounter the culinary genius of various chefs at our favorite restaurants in the province.
So join us on this journey as we traverse our beautiful province, right here on Love at First Bite.
So, Sach, you have kids, and this dessert we're about to make is an absolute favorite of kids. They love it. Well, kids of all ages, I
Well,
think.
I think more than kids, I think Sachu loves this dessert here.
Okay, but what's it going to be? I have no idea at all, actually.
It's got
So-
lots of chocolate.
It's got some walnuts
Wow, okay.
and
Butter. And sugar.
sugar.
Like it
some
so far?
eggs.
Yes, so it's a chocolate brownie.
Okay.
So we're going to be
Wonderful.
doing
All
a
right.
lovely and a very simple chocolate brownie. And for this, we need some chocolate.
That's grated. I grated that.
Okay.
Yes. We have 2 medium eggs.
I broke that.
We have some salt. I'm going to use half a teaspoon of salt.
I put it in the bowl.
We have some caster sugar,
Okay, I was mixing that up as for salt.
baking powder.
Yes.
We have some chopped walnuts, but you could use pecan nuts. I just like walnuts.
All right.
Also, walnuts are better for you.
Yes.
They resemble the shape of the brain, so they're very good brain food.
Okay.
And then we have some cocoa, ordinary unsweetened cocoa powder, right? And then we have some all-purpose flour, cake flour.
All right.
So
As you can see, we've got a lot of Tupperware for you to take things home if you want to. Right?
No, I actually brought my own
Oh,
chocolate.
you. And I have measured out here half a cup of butter. So it's going to sizzle a bit, so please just don't mind.
All right.
Right, so there we go. Our butter's sizzling up
Wow.
there. I'm just going to give it a big little mix.
Oh, you preheated the pot.
I did preheat
Oh,
the
okay.
pot because I didn't want you
Okay.
to waste your time waiting for this to melt.
Isn't it too hot now?
It
isn't?
is too hot, so that's why very quickly I am going to put 1 cup of caster sugar in there, lumps and all.
Okay.
Right, you can mix that up for me.
All right.
Sachin.
That's like you, such lumps
Lumps and all,
Yeah.
okay.
Right, so just mix, mix, mix. And I am going to put my half a teaspoon of salt in there. So that was just to stop the butter from burning. But if you give it a lovely good mix,
All right.
the butter will melt.
Oh, very good mixing.
I'm mixing well, right?
Yeah.
This was originally your job. I'm taking over now. I'm going to be taking over.
Well,
Right.
let's see.
All right.
So there we go. Well done.
Okay.
That's as simple as it is.
All right.
And then we move it over here off the heat. There's our butter and sugar. And I think it's very, very imperative that you know never ever add your eggs into steaming hot butter because that will just fry them up. And we can't afford to do that.
I was
But
actually
what I will
waiting for you
do,
to ask me what will happen. So,
I'm just going to take half a cup of chopped walnuts. I'm going to drop that in there.
So you're going to wait for this to cool before you add
Yes,
the
because all of this
eggs.
now will absorb all of the heat from the pan, see? And we also don't mind if the walnuts are getting a bit of a roast.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So it has a crunchier taste.
especially in
Yes.
the butter, it'd be quite nice.
Absolutely. So I'm going to add the eggs last, all right? So now, Kabeshan, you're going to put 1/3 of a cup of cocoa into the sieve, and then, Sachu, you can sieve this in here.
How do you get 1/3 of a cup, Sacho?
1/3 of
You
a
buy a
cup.
measuring cup that says 1/3.
Okay, all right. We've actually got these things recently. Before it was just, you know,
measure,
guess.
yeah.
Guess what? No. Baking is a science. You've got to make sure, and remember, all of the ingredients coming together are reacting with each other. So it cannot be estimates.
But my mother used to bake some
Exceptionally well.
wonderful things,
Yes.
and I don't
She didn't have
remember
1/3
using.
cup.
So let's see what
But I
Kabeshan
think in
is
the
doing.
old measurements, it used to be 1 cup or half a cup or 2 cups. I can't remember 1/3.
Well, we used to make
so
huge
I
quantities.
see that
that's-
you are, I said 1/3 a cup of cocoa. And
you did,
he's
you did.
putting flour.
You did.
All right, so let's get the cocoa in here, Kabeshan.
And sorry, doll, I don't listen to you.
I'm sorry.
We've done very well so far. Kubesh.
Yes, it was just one mistake.
So as you can see, we are frying this, the nuts absorbing all of the heat from the pan. We just don't want this, the butter to burn, the sugar to just become a caramel here. So we're giving it quite a lovely mix around. So let's
There
go.
we go.
All right, and I'm just going to I think it's very important that you do sieve the cocoa.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get some really, really lumpy bits
Nasty
of cocoa.
lumps.
Now,
Yeah.
everybody that comes here, we ask them how they like our sieves. Our sieve.
No, that's amazing.
Our sifter.
A sieve.
Our sieve.
So you only have one of these, huh?
Yes.
And my name's written on it. Huh?
Okay. All right.
So we are asked very often, where do we get the sieve from the show from? And we bought
There's a
this
little lump there.
when we were in America.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so I don't think it's going to be too easy to get this. And as you can see, this is just ever so easy. We got the cocoa in there now. B, you're
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
just
put.
making a mess here.
Yes, you're going to bring that back here. We've got half a cup of.
And the cocoa that's in here is fine?
Yes.
That's 1/3.
Okay, then just
It's
finish
a
what you were
half a
saying.
cup, oh.
Yeah.
Half a cup of
off.
flour,
So is that normal all-purpose flour?
all-purpose flour. You look at this beautiful dark color of the brownie. All right. And
And what you can
satchel
hear sizzling in the background is our main meal.
lamb.
The rack
Oh,
of
actually,
lamb.
I can get the smell. It's a
Yes.
lovely meat smell that I'm getting right now.
Okay. Sorry, there's just
Sachi,
stuck
you
at
are
the
going to
bottom
just
that
beat
I'm-
these eggs up now.
All right.
All right. There you go. All beat up. Absolutely beautiful. You could actually just lop this up, eat this all up.
Wow. Look at that.
Right?
rich
But you see how
chocolate.
easy this was? It
No,
was
that was
just
absolutely,
about
absolutely easy.
You're not
yeah.
putting the chocolate in,
melting and mixing. No, the chocolate is actually put on the top.
no? Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Now, is that
So-
cold enough and ready for the egg?
I'm a little bit nervous that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So and that is what happens when you use a heavy base pan. So I'm going to drop this into
Because-
a little container and
yeah.
it will cool much easier.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
would be wise to do.
maybe if we both just blow on it, sir.
We can try. I don't think you should try. You're a bit too far away. You're a bit too
All right,
tall.
let's drop this into a lovely cool dish.
Okay.
I'm going to clear that away for you.
That's like my wife. It's a cool dish.
Okay.
Did you
You
say
want to hold that? You want to hold
a
it?
Yeah.
cool dish?
It's so nice to see you guys. I mean, together in this show, and I mean, it's so much of fun.
Love at first bite.
Yeah.
You remember on campus when she first met me, how she used to follow me around?
That's a lie. That is a lie.
Kamsala, I remember
Do you remember?
I
Oh, my
remember.
word.
vividly.
Vividly. All right, so there we go. So remember as well, we must be mindful that we haven't added the rising agent, and we're just going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of
Baking powder.
baking powder.
Wow,
We're going to give that a
okay.
bit of a mix.
That's
And
ready.
how's that? Is it nice and cool? All right, so there's our nuts, our lovely cocoa, the flour, the baking agent, the salt, and I
now
think we are going to add the
You're ready
egg
for the
in,
eggs,
yes.
okay.
So let's just add it in,
All right, let's go.
and I'm just going to beat that in before it cooks, Sachu.
It didn't cook. It didn't cook. It didn't cook.
All right,
right.
so there we go. There's our mixture
Okay, that's
in here. And of course, if you want to make it extra decadent, you could even just add some grated chocolate in here.
Okay.
All right, so
You want the decadence.
You could add nuts, other nuts as well,
you
a variety
can.
of nuts.
Absolutely.
Some raisins, maybe.
No,
I've
maybe
never
not
had it with
raisins,
No.
because it's the kind of thing that can't be squishy, and it's not
It's a solid kind of dessert.
Yeah.
yes. So there we go. So if you look at this, it's lovely and glossy. Do you see that? It's combined so beautifully. The sugar's melted. There's butter in there. There's the beautiful walnuts. And I'm going to ask you just to grease that pan, Kubeshin, with the butter in the paper.
I'm amazed that it's so
Again,
simple.
with my fingers, right?
Absolutely simple.
Very
in fact,
simple.
you can make a tray of brownies in less than 15 minutes.
Right, yeah.
All right. So we've preheated the
You
oven
see, we don't use spray and cook.
to
my
180 degrees, and we're going to bake this for approximately 20 minutes. And then we've got some chocolate melted here. Shards of chocolate. I'm just going to melt this, and when it comes out the oven, I'm going to cover it with the melted chocolate and sprinkle more nuts on it. And there we have most beautiful, decadent brownies that you can serve just as they are as a lunchbox treat, or with a little dollop of ice cream.
Wow.
We really went old school here today for you, Sach. We put
Yeah, and I can see
steamed
that.
things in
But it's good because
banana leaves. We
yeah, it's good. It feels
Right.
almost like a coming together of some traditional cooking and
Yes,
baking with the
with
modern.
modern. There we go. And I'm just going to drop this in here.
I'm going to try this at home.
You must.
So I'm
I mean,
trying to
that's the
remember
idea. So all of our recipes in Love at First Bite are the kinds of recipes that you can very, very easily make at home. All right. And as you can see, I'm not using a very large dish. This is actually quite little. We want to cut these into little bars. But this is going to be scraped out, every last bit of it.
Once you try this, Sachu,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
just take a picture and you post it on the Love at First Bite Facebook page.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
well,
think I
let's
should
see.
do that.
Yes, with your comments.
Okay. Since I've
Right.
I'm
And
being
then, of
invited
course,
here. Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
I'm sure Kavita will love this. She
Oh,
likes
I'm
sweet
sure.
stuff, yeah?
Decadent stuff, and especially with
Yes,
chocolate and the way you
chocolate.
described it. it's-
Wow. And it's certainly, and although it's got like chocolate and sugar, I think the fact that you can camouflage a lot of nuts that are good for children, and it's a lovely, lovely lunchbox treat.
Also,
because they're not going to say no to this.
Ice cream will cut out that sweetness as well to a certain degree.
Yes. In this case, such if you want to reduce the sugar a little bit, you can. But I don't see the point of it because you're still going to smother this with chocolate.
Yeah, but you see, also, I believe that this has to be a once-off thing, not too often.
Once a month.
And you earn it.
Yeah.
You earn it.
So I'm going to put this into the oven,
What's that?
and 20 minutes later.
So imagine
I'm not
after it's baked.
diabetic, lucky. Yeah, it's very nice.
And that is our chocolate brownie.